Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Campaign 14, Dubious Claims. I am your host, as always, Virinity Void. This here is Part 8. We're in 1610, we're looking toward the middle part of the 1600s. We're gonna get started almost right away, but first, I need to read some national ideas. If you want to know what happened in the previous parts, why the world map is like this, then please go watch those previous parts. In the meantime, whose national ideas do I want to read out? I think I can do some Teotl, because I don't think I've read their national ideas yet. Yeah, okay. So these are pretty, well actually no, these are average length, so I'll read two of them. So the third national idea of Teotl is mechanic, resource gain. Each turn you roll 2d6s to determine how much goods and manpower you get this turn. You get the number on the dice. For one favor, you can re-roll the dice of one resource. Each time you re-roll during the game, each time you re-roll during the game increases the favor cost by 1. And this national idea gives goods produced plus 0.5. The fourth national idea of Teotl is mechanic temples. Building a temple costs 5 goods per temple owned. Each one built gives plus 2 favor up front. If you have the most temples out of all alive players, and have more than 5 temples, then the default -1 favor per turn does not apply to you. Construction costs -15%. Alright, with that being said, Teotl actually also has very rebellious subjects. You know, Kolyma, Potawatomi, and Caddo, not very keen on listening to them. They also have some interesting mechanics with the blood sacrifice, or the Tonali. So, interesting stuff. They are a Nahuatl monarchy. They could actually be an Aztec empire if they wanted, but I'll leave them to it. Actually, are there missions in the Aztec missions? No, they are not. They could if they wanted to, but I'm not going to. No. Nah, I'm good. Also, it seems as though Lissenborg's attempt into South America is going to be met with not revulsion, but invasion. Current wars, Ionia is going after Lemnos still. Lissenborg is going after Guarani, but Guarani is pushing back. Pontus is going after Lemnos. Sumeru still going after Vijayanagara and Orissa. And then Tennis Ball, with their allies, is going after Book and Needle still. Someone DM'd me, hold on. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I thought I unpaused this, my bad. I actually kind of want to look at the stats real quick. So in terms of Needle versus Coiny, wow, Needle actually has a lot of discipline, 117 discipline. The morale very slightly favors Coiny, and then tactics is about even. So, you know, quantity is going to win the day, though. Fontaine and Coiny are rocking and rolling, and the Protestants are duking it out to basically see who's going to win the day. Interesting stuff indeed. Oh, this song. Alright, I like this song. Bulgaria, still allied with Kraumna and Shuravia. Shuravia, now that they are actually bordering stuff in, like, in the eastern part of Europe, they are starting to wake up and, you know, start doing things. They invaded Osnabrück in the last part, so I'm curious if Shuravia will eventually go after Kazan and Astrakhan, but, you know, these two are pretty tough to take out. They are not pushovers, unlike, you know, Vijayanagara for Sumeru. There was an opportunity in the past where Vijayanagara could contest Sumeru for the subcontinent, but That time is well and truly past. Oh my god. I guess I just burped, man. That kind of hurt my chest. Yeah, Sumeru is doing very well. It should be noted. You know, that cool. Vijay and Nagata, they won a small battle, but you can't sustain these losses. You will, in time, lose because Sumeru just has that many troops. They can take the losses you inflict on them. You cannot take the losses they inflict on you. Loibuk finally taking a break from the war and is doing their damnedest to consolidate and reforge their empire. Lemnos, I'm surprised Lemnos is still alive. They haven't been fully annexed, but that could be on the horizon. They are getting divvied up. Alright, had to address that right quick. Anyways, you know who we haven't even like seen like be active at all in the last like 60, 70 years, I would say, is like the Wendish Realm. The Wendish Realm popped off so early, and they did so well in like the first 100, 150 years, but then afterwards it's like, I don't feel like doing much. I'm allied with a couple people. That's all I really need. Also, surprisingly, Coiny didn't gain any land in the British Isles. Instead, it was just Book losing more and more land, unfortunately. Yeah. It's literally just a stalemate. Well, not a stalemate, I guess. We know who would win if they went to war, but it's like no borders are changing. For better or for worse. I don't know. It depends on who you're rooting for. I don't watch the Battle over Dream Island again. That's not my kind of show, but still, I don't know who people are rooting for in that. Comment down below if you are rooting for Tennis Ball, Coiny, Needle, or Book. Or some other member of the BFDIA. Ardalan still going after Junagadh. Sambas, for some reason, is over here. I guess there's a nice port, sure. There's a trading port. Sumeru won their war, and they annexed a fair chunk of land in the Odisha region. And Shan is... Oh, no. Shan is allied with Khmer, and Loibuk is invading Khmer once again because, hey, there's a, Xinhua is something that Loibuk would very much like to have. You hold some land that they hold dear, and you will pay for it. I kind of wonder as well, is Teotl gonna have, their subjects rise up against them? I mean, to be fair, Colima, Caddo, and Arapaho, they don't have a huge amount of troops put together, but seriously, if Etruria or Rasviet were to support independence in one of them, maybe it works out, and maybe they actually declare war for independence. It would be interesting, but I don't know. Also, the resident Epirot that submits regularly for these campaigns, Kravins, he was surprised. He was happily surprised that the Greeks colonized Canada, and I asked him what the Greeks should call Canada, and he told me Nea Molossia, and then for the capital, Nea Konitsa, as well as Nea Metsovo. So that is what I renamed the colony of Epirus. And yeah, well, I don't think Epirus is going to go after anything else, is going to really get any other colonial nations, but I guess we'll see. It also surprises me how well the United States of Etruria took over the Caribbean. In just a couple wars, they swept through and they took that over like it was nothing. They just swept over the Antilles. Oh my god. I'm shocked, but it just means it's more power for Etruria. Also, I should note, it's kind of interesting that North America and South America are the havens of our submitter Sekan. Because usually in these campaigns, unfortunately, Sekan's submissions don't really do that well. But this campaign, Kyderia is popping off, and so is the United States of Etruria. Those two are both submissions from Sekan, and they are doing superb work. So props to her. Her submissions are doing very well. Loybuke is also just, oh my god. Like, there's gonna be conflict very, very soon between Loybuke and Sumeru. And I don't know who's gonna win that. I really don't know who would win that sort of conflict. Lana, did you lose any land? Who are you? I mean, there was a crusade against you, sure, but... Or a holy war, I guess. But Sumeru, like, what did you gain from that? What did you gain? I am not entirely sure. Should be noted too, they're guaranteeing the independence. Sumeru, their leader, is also a High Guru. I'm not sure if that's an official title at all. If there is such a thing as a High Guru, but I'll accept it. Ardalan still going after Junagar. Chukchi is going after Kamai. And Lisenborg is still going after Guarani. I'm going to check on these wars, make sure they aren't going on for too long. 16... Okay. Yeah, you got a little bit more time. Lisenborg. Yeah, you're peacing out. Yes, man. Sorry, I'm not. We're not letting that fly. You took too long for that war. What is this sunset invasion bullshit? What is this? Tell me, Arapaho, why the fuck are you colonizing West Africa? What are you doing? Why are the totemists coming over to West Africa? That's so weird. But I mean, Arapaho also has two colonists. They want to colonize somewhere. They colonized Greenland, so sure. Not gonna complain about that. It's just a little weird, you know, just a little weird. Loybuke is going after Chukchi, and Chukchi is allied with Louis de Gar, so, you know, Loybuke is finding all the excuses in the world to go to war with anyone and everyone that has land in China. It's, I don't know. I don't like seeing the kinslaying. I don't like seeing my children fight against each other like this. I would rather my children be peaceful, but I can't stop them. And plus, Chukchi, they were the ones who were really invading Zhongguo. You know, they were the ones doing that. They took Ninghai, so Ninghai has to be retaken, obviously. You understand, surely, dear viewer. Because if you don't understand, you're going to lose social credit points in my channel, okay? You will lose social credit points. Bunyoro, you actually got gold. Oh shit. Okay. I didn't realize your game. Yeah, you got some nice... And you got gems? Hold on here. What other gems provinces are there? Okay, and the gold. What other gold provinces? Sofala has 2 gold provinces. Let me see where else in the world. Avenkia actually has 2 gold provinces here. And then Yugra has 1. There's 2 gold provinces in Donau land. South America has a lot, obviously. Kyderia thriving off of those gold provinces. Teotl has plenty. Colima has a couple. Apache actually has... There's gold over here in the Bay of, like, California over here? Shit. There's some gold in Baja California. And there's gold up here where Rasviet started out in. And also up in Alaska. Cool. Alright. I'm sorry, I just wanted to go off on that tangent because obviously gold is a very sought after resource by both players and AI alike. It is great to have a gold mine that you can just develop the shit out of. Sure, your inflation is gonna go up, but that's a problem future you can deal with, okay? What matters right now is the profits. Loibuk stunting on Chukchi inside the Korean peninsula. And, yeah, also stunting on Louis de Gar. Louis de Gar just, you know, Subaru is camping out in, over near Chengdu. But, Loibuk is just doing whatever they want. Running roughshod, so to say. And Shan has been thoroughly partitioned between Sumeru and Loibuk. The two giants will meet soon enough in the face of battle. Ardalan did finish their war. Interesting, okay. So now Ardalan, they're enemies of Pontus, Vidui, and Yugra, as well as Epirus, MNT, and Oman. So they still have room to expand, of course, but it's going to be interesting to see who they want to go to war with again. Oh my god, what did you... Whoa, 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 whoa! What is going on, Shuravia? I was talking you up earlier. What happened? Okay, let's take a look here. So, Teotl is going after Apache and Arapaho. Okay. Or not Krana. Astrakhan is going after Shuravia. That's one thing. Straight up, Astrakhan is pouncing on this opportunity. Okay. Epirus also going after Arapaho. Kazan also launching a separate war. It seems like Astrakhan and Kazan were coordinated on this and wanted to descend upon Shuravia at the same time so as to weaken them. You know, piece, or take them apart piece by piece, you know? And then Sumeru is also at war with Louis de Gar. That makes sense. And then I guess the thing that started this entire domino effect was the Wendish realm and Donauland going after Shuravia. And the Wendish realm and Donauland have around 400,000 troops. Shuravia, even if they had Bulgaria by their side, only around 200,000 troops. So this is unfortunate. I want to see the stats on their armies. So discipline is about the same. Morale slightly favors Shuravia, and then tactics is the same. So Shuravia has a little bit of an advantage there. When it comes to Astrakhan, it's the same story. So it's unfortunate that, yeah, Shuravia really just got ganged up on. Kazan and Astrakhan, their AIs knew exactly the time to strike. And to be fair, Astrakhan and Kazan have been enemies of Shuravia since like the very beginning. It was no secret that like if the opportunity presented itself, Astrakhan and Kazan were gonna go in. And yeah, the Wendish realm just kind of gave them a golden opportunity. So Shuravia, they lost 6 provinces to the Wendish realm. It's not a lot. Like Shuravia still has a lot of provinces, of course, but it is enough that it will make an impact, of course. Kazan and Astrakhan just going through. It kind of shows that, like, even though Donauland lost previously, they're still very powerful. They are by no means like a pushover in Europe. They can still leverage their own manpower and resources to go as hard as they can on any enemies they deem fit. Loibuk and Sumeru still partitioning Louis de Gar, my child. But I guess survival of the fittest amongst this family, is it? Kaideria is going after Guarani. It is a Kaideriot crusade, or a holy war, and Guarani's capital is already down. Guarani has quite literally, is it 1/5? I think it's 1/5 of the military that that Kyderia has. So we know how this is gonna go. It's unfortunate. It's just how things go. New Crown was down here. They got a colonial nation. You're telling me Crown colonized the New World? I think I knew they did, but I didn't think they got a colonial nation. That's news to me. Arapaho feeling the full effect of Teoto, as well as Teoto's subjects. Also, Epirus. Epirus has occupied Arguin, which is over here. For some reason, Arawak is also over here in West Africa. I don't exactly know why, but sure. I mean, why not? Did Shuravia... Okay, Kazan pieced out. They did not take it... Shuravia did not lose any land to Kazan, but they might lose land to Astrakhan. That is a real possibility. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink before I get to... Oh my god. There's so many wars going on. Jesus Christ. Let me take a sip of this here Sakura Splash. Oh man, that tastes like a pink Starburst. That tastes good. Anyways, we have Kraumna, Needle, and Donauland going after Switzerland and Mondstadt. I'm interested to see how Mondstadt does, because Mondstadt's pretty powerful. They are pretty powerful. We already saw that one. Astrakhan, yep, Shravia, Chukchi against Kamai. Epirus is going after Arapaho. Fadel, Astrakhan, and Ardalan are trying to finish off Lemnos. Kyderia versus Guarani, Loibuk, Chukchi, Sanbas, Chukchi, and then we have Tennis Ball, Virui, and Koini going after Switzerland and Mondstadt. So it seems as though Mondstadt is caught in the mid... Oh my god. Yeah, Duck, I'm gonna say Mondstadt's not in the best of places right now. You know, 200,000 troops is a lot. It is very powerful. But you know who's more powerful? It's called Tennis Ball. Just, yeah, I really just, you know, do what you can, Mondstadt. I wish you luck. But I think we all here know, we can see the writing on the wall that Tennis Ball is gonna wreck this. It's just gonna bulldoze through the border. It's not gonna be a competition because, you know, Mondstadt just, there's so much to chew through, so much to get through, and you're not gonna win all of these battles either. Oh man, I want to see real quick because Virui has terrible fucking troops. I want to see the quality here. Who is this? It's okay. That's Mondstadt. For some reason, I was seeing the flag of Cascadia. I think you know why, but Cascadia has horizontal lines. Koini has the discipline advantage. Mondstadt has the morale advantage, and Koini has the tactics advantage by a long shot. Yeah, this is gonna be brutal. I don't even need to say much after beyond what I've already said. We know what's going to happen to Mondstadt. It's a sad state of affairs, but when you're caught in the middle of Europe like this, and you're not absolutely domineering toward your neighbors, yeah, you can be pulled apart. You can be pulled apart really fucking fast. Any other wars going on? Fadel's over here. I know Fadel wants this fertile land along the Nile River. Ionia is also going for that stuff, of course. Louis de Gar got partitioned, and it's, yeah. The two giants of Asia, they're growing closer and closer to clashing. They are also on the same military tech level. Loibuk is at 18. Sumeru is at 18 as well. What was the last institution? It was global trade, right? Bulgaria, please tell me It was, yes, it was global trade, and it spawned in Albert, which is a nice... Oh, no, it was printing press. My bad. Printing press spawned there. Global trade spawned in Holland. Yeah. And then the next one is manufactories that will spawn in 1650. Not here, but soon enough. And as I said before, Mondstadt's just getting occupied. They don't have enough troops to hold this back. Their military is now below 50,000 troops. Tennis Ball, still at 280,000 troops. Kraumna, still over 100,000 troops. Also in the east, Astrakhan annexed a healthy chunk of land from Shuravia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 provinces. And also, they cut off Kazan from ever getting any land, seemingly, from Shuravia. So, Shuravia still has options. They are ally for some reason. They think Mondstadt's a good ally. I don't have confidence in that selection, but things could change. Shuravia could get a better ally later on. We'll see. What else do we got? I'm just curious what the borders of Mondstadt are going to look like after this. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. The borders of Mondstadt are fluid, are flexible. I guess. Oh, man. Chukchi? I'm sorry if I'm not... my voice is a little tired right now. I gave it my all for like the first part of this video, but I've been... before this, I was playing Dota, and I was talking a lot with friends. I got a little excited here and there, so my voice was kind of spent on that. Sambas is actually facing 3 wars. Oh, man. So Sambas seems to be spread kind of thin. Indeed, their main stack of 32,000 right here doesn't really know what to do. Japan has occupied Java. And Japan's business is expanding into the Indochina region. They have taken Bangkok, and Japan's probably going to be taking more in the future. Their national ideas give settler growth. Yes, global settler growth. So they will be taking provinces more and more quickly. Fontaine, not really doing anything. They're just chillaxing with their 2 colonial nations that barely give anything. Mondstadt has been pieced out, and here they've lost quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7 provinces over there. 1 province to Donauland, and then 1, 2, 3 provinces to Kraumna. So it is not the end of the world for Mondstadt, of course. They very much are still powerful in Europe, but it is a humbling experience, you know? The Mondstadt has been humbled. What other wars do we got going on, though? It's 1624. I guess we are still going to, I would say at the earliest, 1630. But we'll try and go beyond 1630. Lisenborg is still going after Guarani. I don't really think that's going to do much. Bulgaria is going to war against Lemnos still. Rasviet's going after Arapaho, Fadal, Lemnos. Japan is going after Sambas. So these are all pretty much minor wars for the most part. Kaideria is going to like cleave up Guarani soon enough. Give it enough time and it'll happen. And Fontaine is doing their best to consolidate their holdings in South America. Arawak, are you... Yes, Arawak has migrated to the old world. Arawak has fully cemented themselves here in Chami amongst the Fulani people. I'm not really sure that's going to work out very well because they have been seizing estate land and causing unrest, but sure, you do you. You piss off your estates all you want. Arapaho slowly but surely getting pushed back more and more. They once extended all the way south toward like Kiowa, and there's a province named out of. Really? Okay. But yeah, they once spread so far south that they were gonna take over like Caddo and shit, but it just didn't work out. So it should also be noted that the Apache have been kicked out completely, and they are now stationed in Alaska. I'm not really sure if they're gonna last long. I think Rasviet is gonna want to take this over very, very soon. Loibuk also took over Chukchi's homeland. Loibuk, you took over the ice fortress. How dare you? That's horrible. I just hope they didn't melt the ice fortress. I don't think they can, but, you know, still. I hope they don't. Sarig Yogir allied with Avenkia, or Yugra and MNT. MNT is still guaranteed by Sumru. The Timurids allied with Astrakhan, Kazan, Ardalan, and Vijayanagara. Fadul actually won against Lemnos, and they took over this land that's, you know, on the other side of Kramna's land. I do wonder if, you know, eventually Kramna is going to lose a war and they will be forced to give up this land, but so far at least they're chilling. Lemnos, their capital is in Bratislava. I have a feeling they should just move it to Cyprus and just leave it there, but I'm not the AI. I don't decide these things. Morocco allied with Ionia still. It is interesting also that Sekan's other two submissions, Ionia and Pontus, like purely average. They're not doing horribly. Pontus is holding its own, and Ionia is holding its own. They're not standout, but they're also not like surrendering or anything or being partitioned. They're just doing their own thing in Anatolia. They hate each other, obviously, but that's about it. Oh, hey, I just noticed Needle is allied with the United States of Etruria, Kramna, and then Book, Lissenborg, and then on the other side of the coin, we have Koini allied with Ragoetsha, Tennis Ball, and the Wendish Realm. Interesting. Europe is still very much divided. I don't see a clear winner or a clear, like, power broker for all of Europe. Because you still have Donauland, which is pretty powerful, the Wendish Realm, very powerful, Tennis Ball, Fontaine as well. Kramna, not so much anymore, but still, they have a lot of land and they can throw a little bit of weight around. It's not a lot, but it's something, you know? They're about the same level as Bulgaria. Virui, which shocks me, they are still alive and doing fairly okay. They have not been there. I think their original capital was taken, but despite that, they live on by the skin of their teeth. What else do we got? Rasvian still going after Arapaho, Ionia after Lemnos, Jene against Ormond, because, you know, Ormond has land over there. Kaideria against Fontaine's colony, Loibuk against Scottish China, and, you know, Scottish China's, they're going to get run over. Nivk against Mori, and then Vijayanagara against Sambas. Yeah, Scottish China, unfortunately, they don't have enough. Them and Nivk, they cannot stand up to the power of China, unfortunately. Or, well, Chinese provinces, to be more specific, because there's some really nice provinces down here. Some very, very fine farmlands to admire and to reap the, I don't know, reap the crops of, I guess. It's not really a witty saying. Oh my god. Japan, what did you do? What did you do? Holy shit. You know, Japan, you may have lost to Loibuk, but holy shit, you can bully the fuck out of Southeast Asians. I didn't realize that. Oh my god. That is a lot. Because that's not just like part of Sambas. Sambas lost their original capital. That's intense. Shit. What else do we got? What else? I also want to make sure that war is not going on for too long, to the point where Lissenborg needs to be pieced out. Of course it is. Of course it is. Because nothing is happening and you are stuck. You keep doing this. God. Just finish your food and, like, actually put some meat into the battle. Jesus Christ. What other war is like that right now? It doesn't seem like anything other than Vijayanagara. How long? Yep. Oh boy. Oh wait, you can join a coalition? Oh well, I guess it's against Sumru. That's not going to really mean much, unfortunately. It would be different if you know, you had other people willing to join in, like Loibuk or Sarayogir. No, what am I talking about? Sarayogir looks big, but they have less than 50,000 troops. Sumru has 400,000. Like, they will they don't even have to. They just have to breathe on Sarayogir, and they will fall. That's how powerful Sumru is at this point. What else do we got? What else? Epirus. Wow. Fontaine is actually trying to put the screws to Ragoetia. Koini is defending Ragoetia, but is that really gonna do? Are you really gonna do much there, Koini? Tell me. Are you really gonna actually try to invade Fontaine? Something tells me you're not going to. Oh man. Teotl, I also don't think, like, are you ever gonna really annex Caddo? Are you? Part of me thinks that Teotl is not gonna be able to ever annex Caddo. Caddo is just always gonna be that independent subject that maybe or maybe not, maybe possibly does get support for their independence, possibly doesn't. At this point, I'm kind of giving up on that hope. They have Colima as an ally, sure, that's great, but if it's like, I'm just curious. Oh, okay. I see. Caddo and Etruria are very hostile to each other because they both want each other's provinces. I gotcha. Well, the mystery has been solved. Also, the Epirots have been pushed back in Canada, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say, Krabbins, but yeah, turns out Nea Molossia is maybe not meant to be. You can blame the Etrurians for that. I think we'll end this part in August of 1631. July, August of that time. Japanese. Well, hello, Japanese Australia. It's good to see you. What is this? Japan's going after Mori. Does that mean you're at war with Loibuk? No, it does not. Loibuk's not joining in. They abandoned Mori. But I mean, it still means that Japan has to commit forces and actually put in the effort to reconquer land that they once had before. So, you know, Loibuk still demonstrated their power. They took over parts of Japan to the point where they forced a peace deal on the shogun. Shit happens, I guess. I thought for a second I thought Sumeru was at war. Now this is Loibuk going to war against Shan over this province, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Should be fine. And we will end this here in just about a month, August 1st of this year. And August 1st. There we go. So there was a couple big spots of action here and there, but nothing too, I would say, region defining or whatever. I don't really have anything else to say other than interesting that Epirus is not focusing on Canada anymore, but is now focusing on West Africa. Also, Jine. 6 years and you haven't done a thing. Interesting. All right. We'll go one more year, September of 1631, just so that, you know, things reset over here. Okay. September of 1631. All right. With that being said, I guess we can go over to that leaderboard. And then in the next part, part 9, we will definitely get to the newest institution, that is manufactories. But without further ado, in first place is Sumeru, in second place is Tennis Ball, in third place is the Wendish Realm, in fourth place is Teotl, in fifth place is the United States of Etruria, in sixth place is Donau Land, in seventh place is Kyderia, and in eighth place is Loibuk. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next part.